The Trump campaign is filing an arbitration case against Omarosa. Let's get more on this from White House correspondent Jeff Bennett. Jeff, what have you got?
Hey, Ali and Steph, that's right. We've just learned from a Trump re-election campaign official, that, as you mentioned, the Trump campaign is now taking legal action against Omarosa Manigault Newman on the grounds that she breached the non-disclosure agreement she signed with the campaign in 2016. Remember, Omarosa says she did not sign any NDA that would cover her work at the White House. She did, however, sign one for the campaign. And the audio recording that she shared overnight with CBS News, in which you can hear Trump campaign officials talking about the existence of this alleged tape during the making of The Apprentice, where Donald Trump is allegedly heard using the N-word. You hear campaign officials at the time talking about what to do with it, how to handle it. You also hear former Trump campaign spokesperson Katrina Pearson say he said it, he's embarrassed by it. Well, the Trump campaign views the release of that tape as an egregious violation. They're now taking legal action, essentially asking for arbitration in the state of New York, where the Trump campaign is based. So this really is just the latest development, the latest escalation in this scorched
This is what they do, right?
Yeah, that's right.
This is what the White House does. So in other words, we're going now into the somebody shouldn't have leaked conversation, which is interesting and important in the White House. But we're not dealing with the fact that Katrina Pearson said on television last night that conversation didn't happen. And then Omarosa, once again, for 3 days in a row, releases a tape that fully vindicates her argument.
Okay, but clearly right here, they can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
They're going to try.
But they want to scare her off from releasing more tapes. What could the consequences, Gene, be if they are going after her?
Oh, against her?
Yes. They're thinking she's got more tapes. How do we stop her from releasing them?
They could try to get a TRO, or preliminary injunction.
What's that mean?
Temporary restraining order or a preliminary.
Which isn't hard to get.
It isn't, but you got to show you're going to win on the merits, and there's a harm. I haven't done one, but this is going back to law school.
Right.
And your argument will be that she may have tapes involving national security. She allegedly recorded something in the White House. So you could make that argument that she has information that is national security, executive privilege, and that she should not be able to disclose that to the public.
And then it might play out the way.
Tough road to hoe.
And this is the Trump campaign that is suing, as opposed to the administration. So there's some distinction there.
Because she didn't sign when she was leaving the White House.
Right.
The reason she couldn't get her personal belongings back is because she wouldn't sign that agreement when she left. But the Trump campaign going after her, she did sign an NDA when she worked for him.
Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there, and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.